Welcome back to the channel. Coins lovers, rare coins often hide incredible value, and Canadian 1-cent coins are a perfect example of how a small piece of metal can become a collector's treasure. Many people overlook old pennies, but some of them are extremely rare and can sell for thousands of dollars in the auction market. In this video, we will explore two of the most valuable Canadian 1-cent coins that collectors constantly search for: the famous 1936 Canadian dot cent and the historic 1923 Canadian small cent. These coins may appear simple at first glance, but their rarity, unique features, and historical importance make them some of the most valuable pennies ever produced in Canada. Let's dive into their story and discover why these tiny coins can be worth a fortune. So let's get started. First up, the 1998 Canadian 1-cent coin from Royal Canadian Mint. At first glance, this small copper-colored coin may look ordinary, but in the world of coin collecting, even a simple penny can become valuable depending on its condition, rarity, and special varieties. Collectors around the world are always searching through old jars of coins hoping to discover hidden treasures. Some 1998 Canadian pennies, especially those in exceptional condition or with unusual mint varieties, have gained attention in the auction market and among collectors. In this video, we will explore the history, features, rarity, and potential value of the 1998 Canadian 1-cent coin and understand why some examples can attract significant collector interest. The Canadian 1-cent coin has a long history that dates back to the early years of Canadian currency. The penny was first introduced in 1858 and became one of the most widely used coins in Canada for everyday transactions. By 1998, the coin was still an important part of circulation, produced by the Royal Canadian Mint in large quantities. That year, nearly 999,578,000 coins were minted, showing how common the coin was in circulation at the time. The coin was extremely common when it was released. The Canadian government later discontinued the 1-cent coin in 2012 because it had become too expensive to produce compared to its face value. Since the penny disappeared from circulation, collectors began paying closer attention to earlier issues such as the 1998 coin. As time passes, many coins are lost, damaged, or melted down, which means fewer high-quality examples remain for collectors. The 1998 Canadian 1-cent coin has several distinctive design features that collectors recognize immediately. On the obverse side of the coin is the portrait of Elizabeth II, designed by Dora de Petrie Hunt, showing the Queen facing right with the inscription, "Elizabeth II D.G. Regina." The reverse side features the classic Canadian design created by G.E. Kruger Gray, showing two maple leaves attached to a single twig along with the inscriptions, "Canada" and "1 cent." This maple leaf design has been a symbol of Canadian identity and has appeared on many Canadian coins for decades. The coin has a diameter of about 19.05 millimeters, weighs approximately 2.25 grams, and is made from copper-plated zinc. The coin has a smooth edge and a simple round shape. While most coins appear identical, collectors often search for subtle variations such as die errors, unusual strikes, or special mint versions. Some examples from collector sets include coins with a small W mint mark below the Queen's portrait, which indicates that the coin was produced for special sets rather than general circulation. These versions are much rarer and more desirable among collectors. Although almost 1 billion 1998 pennies were produced, rarity in coin collecting is not determined only by mintage numbers. Condition plays a crucial role. Many coins circulated heavily in daily commerce, becoming worn or damaged over time. As a result, finding coins in pristine mint condition becomes increasingly difficult. Collectors often search for coins graded mint state, MS, or brilliant uncirculated, which retain their original shine and have almost no wear. Coins with unusual mint errors or rare varieties can also attract strong collector demand. For example, specimen or proof-like coins and those with special mint marks are significantly scarcer than regular circulation coins. Because of this, collectors may pay higher prices for coins that appear perfect or unusual compared to standard examples. The value of a 1998 Canadian 1-cent coin depends heavily on its condition and rarity. Most circulated examples are common and typically sell for only a few cents to around $1 in the collector's market. However, Coins in higher grades can reach noticeably higher values. For example, uncirculated coins graded around MS64 may sell for 405,000 more. If a coin also features rare mint errors, unusual planchets, or special collector set markings, the value could be significantly higher depending on auction demand. This is why collectors carefully examine every detail of a coin before determining its true market value. For collectors interested in finding valuable 1998 Canadian pennies, the first step is to carefully examine the coin's condition. Coins that appear bright, sharply detailed, and free from scratches or wear are usually more valuable than heavily circulated examples. It is also important to check for unusual features such as mint marks, double strikes, off-center strikes, or other minting errors. Using a magnifying glass or coin loupe can help reveal small details that may not be visible to the naked eye. Collectors should also consider proper coin storage. Keeping coins in protective holders, capsules, or coin albums helps preserve their condition and prevents further damage. Finally, researching auction records and professional grading services can provide a better understanding of a coin's potential value. The 1998 Canadian 1-cent coin may appear to be a simple and common coin, but for collectors, it represents an interesting piece of Canada's monetary history. With its classic maple leaf design, connection to the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, and the possibility of rare high-grade examples or unusual varieties, the coin continues to attract attention from numismatists. While most examples are worth only a small amount, certain well-preserved coins or rare varieties can bring much higher prices in the collector market. This reminds us that even the smallest coin in our pocket could hold hidden value. Next up, the 1984 Canadian 1-cent coin. At first glance, this copper-colored penny may seem like an ordinary piece of pocket change that millions of people once used in daily transactions. However, when collectors begin examining older coins more closely, they often discover that certain years, varieties, and conditions can make a coin more desirable. The 1984 Canadian penny, especially in circulated condition with interesting characteristics or strong preservation, has gained attention in the numismatic community. In this video, we will explore the history of the 1984 Canadian 1-cent coin, its design and unique features, why collectors search for it, and how much it can be worth today in the auction market. The Canadian 1-cent coin has a long and fascinating history that dates back to the 19th century. Canada first introduced its penny in 1858, and it remained an important part of everyday commerce for more than a century. By the time 1984 arrived, the coin was already a familiar and widely used denomination across the country. The coin was produced by the Royal Canadian Mint, which is responsible for manufacturing Canada's circulating and collector coins. During the early 1980s, Canada continued producing large quantities of pennies to meet circulation needs. The 1984 issue was minted in very large numbers and distributed across the country for everyday transactions such as buying groceries, newspapers, and other small purchases. For many Canadians, the penny was a normal part of daily life. However, decades later the coin became more interesting to collectors after the Canadian government officially stopped producing the 1-cent coin in 2012. The end of penny production sparked renewed interest in earlier coins, including the 1984 issue, as collectors began searching for older examples that had survived in good condition. The 1984 Canadian 1-cent coin reflects classic Canadian symbolism and artistic tradition. On the front side of the coin, also known as the obverse, is the portrait of Elizabeth II. The portrait was created by Canadian artist Dora de Petrie Hunt and shows the Queen facing right. Surrounding the portrait is the inscription, Elizabeth II DG Regina, a Latin phrase that means, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. The coin features one of Canada's most recognizable symbols, the maple leaf. Two maple leaves are attached to a small twig, representing Canada's national identity and natural heritage. Above the design appears the word Canada, while the denomination 1 cent is displayed below. The year 1984 is also clearly visible on the reverse. In terms of physical specifications, the coin has a diameter of about 19.05 millimeters and weighs approximately 2.5 grams. During this period, the penny was primarily composed of bronze, giving it the familiar reddish-brown appearance that collectors recognize. The edge of the coin is smooth, and the design is simple yet elegant. Even in circulated condition, many coins still display clear details of the maple leaves and the Queen's portrait. The 1984 Canadian penny was produced in large quantities. Rarity in coin collecting is often determined by condition and survival rate rather than original mintage numbers. Most of these coins circulated heavily for decades. As a result, many pieces became worn, scratched, or discolored through daily use. Finding a well-preserved example in circulated condition with strong details can still attract collector interest. Some coins may also contain subtle minting variations or small errors that make them more appealing to numismatists. Because Canada discontinued the penny in 2012, many remaining coins were removed from circulation or lost over time. This gradually reduces the number of surviving coins that collectors can find today. Collectors also enjoy searching through old coin jars, rolls of pennies, or inherited collections hoping to discover older Canadian pennies like the 1984 issue. Even though the coin is not considered extremely rare, its connection to Canada's long penny tradition and its recognizable maple leaf design help maintain steady collector demand. The market value of the 1984 Canadian 1-cent coin can vary widely depending on its condition and quality. In circulated condition, most examples are relatively common and may sell for $63 million in the collector's market. Coins that show heavy wear are usually valued mainly as historical collectibles rather than high-value rarities. However, coins that remain in better circulated condition with clear details and minimal damage may sell for a few dollars. Higher-grade examples that approach uncirculated quality can sometimes reach values between $10 and $20, especially if they have strong eye appeal. In rare situations where collectors discover unusual mint errors, off-center strikes, or exceptional preservation, the coin's value in auctions could increase further depending on collector demand. For collectors interested in searching for the 1984 Canadian penny, careful examination is extremely important. The first thing to check is the overall condition of the coin. Coins with sharper maple leaf details and a clearer portrait of the Queen are generally more desirable than those that are heavily worn. Collectors should also look for unusual characteristics such as double strikes, die cracks, or off-center designs. These types of mint errors can significantly increase a coin's value if verified by experts. Using a magnifying glass or coin loupe can help reveal small details that might otherwise go unnoticed. Proper storage is another key factor for collectors. Coins should be kept in protective holders or albums to prevent scratches, moisture damage, or discoloration. By preserving coins carefully, collectors can maintain their condition and potentially increase their value over time. The 1984 Canadian 1-cent coin may seem like a simple piece of old currency, but it represents an important chapter in Canada's monetary history. Produced during a time when pennies were still widely used in everyday transactions, this coin carries the iconic maple leaf design and the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Even though many of these coins circulated heavily, collectors continue to search for well-preserved examples and interesting varieties. While most circulated coins are modest in value, certain pieces with better condition or unusual features can attract higher prices in the collector market. The story of the 1984 Canadian penny reminds us that sometimes even the smallest coin can hold historical significance and collector appeal. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed learning about rare and valuable coins like the 1984 Canadian 1-cent, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest coin discoveries. Share this video with friends and fellow coin collectors who love searching for hidden treasures in everyday coins. Stay tuned for more exciting videos about rare coins that could be worth big money in dollars. See you in the next video.